We're having a little debate. Is it FIFA? FIFA? I smell the blood of
an Englishman.
Yep.
Yep. Who plays soccer.
Everybody say, oh, here we go, we want some more. Gotta keep it poppin' till we drop it to the floor. If they kick us out the door, take it to the house and keep it.
Todd's only heard FIFA, but he likes my FIFA for soccer.
It's a new spin on it. I like that. It's like an American enunciation. How we butchered the Queen's English, so to speak. This is how we're butchering the pronunciation of the biggest soccer organization in the world.
FIFA faces backlash for high prices across the tournament, including finals tickets reaching nearly $33,000.
I heard that. And you know what? It's like a Super Bowl for the world. So, you know what? Hey, more power to them. If you're able to afford it, enjoy the game.
Estimates suggest FIFA could pocket $11 million just from the grass. That is, they're going to look at the picture.
Holy shit.
They're going to sell the sod off the field.
You know what that reminds me of? It's kind of like, what was the guy? And it's a brilliant, he saw a brilliant opportunity there, but he collected the trash from Travis Kelce's and Taylor Swift's wedding and sold it online in little plastic containers and stuff. And it's like, that is disgusting, but fucking brilliant, It's like, I think like a used Airbud went for like $1,000, and it's like someone just threw that away because it was like dirty or busted. Like, are you fucking serious?
The question is it genius marketing, or is FIFA squeezing fans for every last dollar? Which goes into something else I want to talk about.
Well, I mean, it is the NFL of the world, so yeah, probably.
Mix of both or whatever. So we've talked about with the economy. First of all, it's been a while since we talked about the economy.
What's the economy again? The state of the economy. Don't worry, it's still in the toilet. We just assumed everyone was caught up to speed on it.
At some point, I've said that everything's commoditized. Like, someone has tried to figure out how to make money off any and everything, and these bigger companies kind of have control with that as well.
They want to protect that power that they've quote-unquote earned.
Yeah, well, some of the best ways to make money is whatever you're like really skilled at, except with what I do, I have to be a middleman because of the way healthcare is set up. I have to work for a system. I'm not a licensed provider, even though I'm doing really skilled work, and that sucks.
It's not like people who are franchisees are going into the hospital business like, hey, let's open up a hospital. Like, it's not a practical thing.
But there's been a push basically for maximum efficiency combined with greed, in my
we call that profit motive.
So humble opinion.
Profit motive.
It is, and what they do to quote monetize or commoditize everything is something called a revenue stream analysis.
That sounds very college-y to basically mean we manipulate the system somehow.
It's run down into it's to take everything into every single corner of possibility to figure out how it can be marketed and controlled.
Well,
but it's kind of like this. Why are they selling? How about they just sell single blades of grass? Yeah. Not everybody can afford a square.
Yeah, and what are you going to do with a square? Like put it on your lawn? Because depending on how much you paid, someone might steal it, or it might lose value due to the weather wherever you live. So, like, seriously, is this something like a pet where you're going to have to water it every day? Is this like a weird chia pet thing? As if the regular chia pet thing wasn't weird enough.
This is breaking news out of Kerrville. Jeff
Foxworthy.
He married somebody I used to work with.
Cool.
He's sending me pictures. So I'm just scrolling through them so Todd can see it. They had this.
It looks like they have a horrible, devastating flood.
You remember the girls that got killed at the Christian camp, or the kids, like 26 kids last year?
Honestly, no.
Because the river rose 32 feet in like 6 hours.
Okay, like you led with the deaths, and that was like, whoa, what did fucking Jason Voorhees come back?
Okay, Kerrville, Texas, and surrounding.
Yeah. I heard about the floods.
Last year they called it a 100-year flood, so should be good for a while.
Take that, Noah.
They had another one.
Well, time does fly.
They had another one, and my people that live out there were sending me some pictures of like the devastation. I think they were a little more aware
Yeah,
being from
I'd like to think they're more prepared now.
Yeah, because they
had a great practice run last year.
Yeah, I saw it on Reuters actually that it was going to happen again.
You mean Reuters?
Reuters? No, they call it Reuters. If you
sounds
watch.
painful.
Yeah. That's maybe all I have. I mean, I have a lot more.
But yeah,
on
for
this
right
segment.
now. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool.
So quick break. We'll be right back.
Fee, fi, fa, fa, fa.
It's like an aphrodisiac you can't resist. Miss, please wiggle your body and move your hips. Gotta get it going on to the back of the floor before they stop to trip. Get a grip then freeze, grab your glass and take a sip. Let the music flow through your veins. Don't be absurd. Had to write this verse to get it stirred and calm your nerves. Gonna make it right. Here's a toast to all the curves. It's gonna be a long night. Everybody say, oh, here we go. We want some more.
And we're back. Really quick death news. Brenda Fricker has passed away.
Damn. God. I just talked to her the other day.
I purposely left out who that is. It's the Irish actress who was the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2.
Yeah. Okay, I was thinking of the other, whatever her first name was.
The
Fricker.
one you had talked
The one
to.
I had talked to. Okay, but she's still good. Okay, just mistaken identity. But still, though, very bad news. Although she will meet Kevin's parents at the pearly gates.
I guess let's hit back into flock cameras. I think we mentioned them some.
Before she falls into hell because she was an evil person behind closed doors. Yeah, flock cameras, what's up?
The quick rundown. There's a lot of pushback to that. Obviously, a lot of police departments are canceling their subscription. My question becomes, okay, but the thing's still standing, so who else is buying the data?
Or hacking.
Who's the highest bidder?
You know, if there's a way for something to transmit information, that by all logical circumstances, there's some way you can hack into it to intercept that information at some point in time.
Circulating online this week, a county council meeting from somewhere in Florida. Companies trying to attach cameras to the garbage trucks. And, and by the way, someone in Seneca, near Clemson, a county councilman, said about flock cameras, he said these were installed without it. This never came to us. We never...
So it's like a third-party thing?
Yeah, he's like, this never came before council.
Huh.
They were installed without us knowing it either.
Yeah, because it's all probably under the guise of public safety. I fucking hate that blanket term, public safety. No, it might be public safety as far as the official motivation, but the real motivation is surveillance, control, manipulation. I mean, it's just, it goes back to, it boils down to power, I would think, because it is an invasion of privacy.
I thought it was interesting because he's the first one I've heard say, hey, I'm a county councilman, I've been one, and this crap got installed without our knowledge. We never knew about this. And now that it's become an issue, I am going to talk to the sheriff about it. I think he had a meeting today.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a public hearing or televised or whatever.
I'm not a big fan of how
streaming.
society is pushing all these lifestyle changes on people when it comes to, it'd be a great idea having a data center near. Never mind the implications from the other places in the United States that have data centers. This is a great economic boost for all 80 people that'll be hired there.
I've
And
also
on top
seen,
of that, the flock cameras too. It's like, we're going to watch. Now we can actually watch your water go to shit.
well, when
because
it
of
comes
the
to
data.
quote the highest bidder, I saw 2 comments under flock camera post that said someone was involved in a hit and run and they couldn't get the data or couldn't get access to it. Like the camera likely caught the accident, but we just can't.
They need
We're not
some sort of.
We're not privy to it.
In other words, there's some bureaucratic red tape.
Well, and then I saw a video version of that as well, of someone in Atlanta saying that they were in a hit and run and couldn't get it either. I don't know if it was state police or something that helped them and they didn't have access. Like who really knows? But you have a feeling had it been a senator, they'd have found the footage.
Speaking of senators, you hear about the governor of, Nevada or whatever, that got pulled over. And then, after introducing himself, obviously rank, of course.
Didn't
even get a citation. It's have a nice day, sir. Yeah. It's like people are, because of the body cam footage, that people are just like, because he's rich and powerful, he's the governor, he can get off. And it's like, whoa. I wasn't looking for preferential treatment. I just introduced who I was. It's like, how many people introduce themselves along with their job title? Like, hi, I'm Todd Blank and I work at blank. It's like...
I'm going to get back to the garbage truck thing I started with.
Yeah.
With what you said, I'm starting to believe that, I don't put a percentage on it, 70% of everybody in jail could have bought their way out. Like 30%, they murdered someone or something.
There's something. There'd be a big backlash if they got a freebie.
But the other 70%, if they had the money...
and resources.
Wouldn't be there.
Yeah. Look at R. Kelly now trying to, appeal to the Trump administration of having a sentence commute. I guess he saw what Diddy did and was just like, you know what? I just want to take a step back here. It seems you're pretty light on people who, do things to little girls. I was just wondering if I could get a lighter sentence in a nicer jail, like, your Epstein associate that so publicly got moved into preferential treatment.
So there's a thing circulating, a video circulating online from a county council meeting, and the councilman is defending or wanting to say, hey, this company has approached us. We need to put cameras on the garbage trucks because they will stop at each house that they go to, monitor the house or see what's going on at the house, and look at the garbage. And if there's a sink in the garbage or a toilet, they might have done a remodel without a permit.
Yeah, but that's not conclusive.
And we need to know that.
Yeah, but it's not conclusive. So how are you going to... Are you going to knock on the door and just ask?
This is my point from earlier. Yeah. How far are y'all going to take it to
to
squeeze that penny?
Like, you could knock on the door and ask, and more than likely, whether it happened or not, you'll probably get a no. And you might be satisfied with that, or you might not. So what is that going to instigate? How far are you going to go behind closed doors?
You got to understand, a building permit for a 50-story building... Okay, we need some serious engineering.
Yeah.
A building, some sort of permit to renovate I'm changing my sink out.
Yeah. Which is not a real renovation.
Honestly, it's a money grab for the permit.
Yeah.
And it's to my point earlier, how efficient can someone make a system to get the maximum amount of money? Because they're already going to ding you on that when they can or where they can. But now they want to capture more. They feel like we're not capturing every encounter that we could have.
In other words, if you could buy a new microwave, that counts as renovating your kitchen and you need a permit. See how ridiculous that is? It's like appliances aren't structure. So what is the term for renovation now? Toilets aren't structure. I mean, they hold me up, but they don't hold up the support. It's not a support beam. So where do you draw the line there? I got a new soap dish. I've mounted that on the wall. Should I let you know that? Here, I also have a new toilet paper roll. That's for all the bullshit I see.
Did you have anything else on Flock? I didn't necessarily. Just garbage truck camera thing.
The cops in the surrounding area, Staunton PD, are really coming down hard on internal investigations of people looking up their exes, checking in on their spouses and kids. So personal use of what's supposed to be police surveillance technology.
That has not only occurred in Staunton, but yes, police have improperly accessed data, and at least the ones that have gotten caught, and I'm not even going to say that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of improper use occurred, and the supervisor was like, look, man,
we got to make an example.
I know, but sometimes it gets swept under the rug.
Yeah.
I bet it's been swept under the rug more than it's been penalized.
Probably so, because I think I've only read so far about 6 officers in the surrounding counties, but
but one of them was a guy that was tasked with checking up and figuring out who else was guilty of that. And in that process, breached all types of shit himself, and now he got canned.
Now, on a separate note, I'd like to introduce homicide investigator O.J. Simpson.
It was almost a discovery moment for him, I think. He's like, oh, this system can do this? What? Well, I'm the task force leader. Let me check.
I'm not going to tattle on myself.
Yeah, let me see. So yeah, couldn't resist.
I like your dramatic reenactment there. Wow, neato, cool. Click.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
But we don't know where the data's going. I mean, who the hell knows? And
It could be going to China.
Well, any answer you get, would you trust it?
Exactly. Because it's going to probably come from a government official with a similar title to the other government officials and police law enforcement that have gotten in trouble over the same damn thing. So, it's kind of like... what if the government said, like, oh, this city is completely crime-free? Well, come on. Can you really say that? I mean, maybe people aren't getting murdered on the street, but crime-free? Come on. It's a lot of honest people in a very small area.
Some of the most dangerous areas that have gotten these types of cameras, and it's not just Flock, they've just become the one that everybody's got the microscope on, but there's other companies that do the same thing or are trying to do the same thing.
Accountability is part of the code on it. Before accountability became part of the technology, I'm sure people used regular databases and law enforcement. I'm sure El Porco's seen somebody look up a mugshot of someone they knew that wasn't for official police business and got away with it because, who's the wiser? You're not doing anything with information. It's just a little downtime during the time you should be on. So it's like, there's always been that fuzzy line,
I guess I'm one of the least curious people in healthcare. I don't ask someone what happened unless I was to need to know. The doctor will ask because they need the mechanism of injury. Sometimes it factors in, right? They need to know what happened.
Yeah.
But if they call me with an order for a wrist brace, and I mean it's just a basic wrist brace, it's probably not that serious of an injury, and I can issue it. The only thing I need is a diagnosis code, which, throw a dart at a wall as to what it might be, but it might just be wrist pain. And that might be all I know.
It's just like that time Hamwater had it. I didn't ask. Maybe it was a bowling injury. Maybe he had one of those shake wakes and, he got the better part of his hand or something. I don't know what he could be doing.
My point was, I've worked in healthcare for 20 years with a couple breaks, but 20 years.
Not accumulatively. Well, cumulatively, not consecutively.
Some people are nosy enough that it would be a HIPAA violation, and they don't get caught. But
exactly.
They look a little.
I'll be honest with you. I've been tempted when I worked at the hospital. Seeing like some people that are it's kind of funny, small world in Staunton, but when I worked at the hospital, there were several people I used to work with and just knew from other social circles that I, crossed paths with there as far as them being a patient, me working for the establishment, setting up their appointments. And it's just kind of like, man, I didn't know you had horrible blood pressure and a bad thyroid. Geez.
Yeah, well, some of it you see, period, when you're scheduling or when you are documenting so that it can be billed,
right.
Or either you're actually documenting what you did and stuff like that. But some people take it past the line that they're supposed to, and that's all. And it's going to happen with other technologies too. Now, while there's an obvious need for medical records, is there a need for your record that Flock is gathering, storing, archiving?
As long as there's a reason that's cloaking, like security and surveillance, it's for your safety, Rob. I mean, you wouldn't want a child being kidnapped.
It's just that the way things have gone, also in that ironically same time period, about 20 years.
Yeah.
The oversight on technology.
There is none.
There's a little suspicion that it might be being used in the wrong ways.
Yeah, I don't think there's any true oversight on technology just because it's so widely used. Again, it's like saying, hey, this is a crime-free city. It's like, okay, maybe you got serious everyday crime down, but like to say something's crime-free, that's an oxymoron. To me, it's like where there's people, there will always be some sort of crime.
The most monitored places that there are, prisons. I say most monitored, but it's pretty high up on the list, are still dangerous.
Probably the most dangerous.
I mean, if you got people that are going to do bad shit, there's a good chance they're going to find a way to do bad shit.
I want people to understand, too, it's like a part of happiness is letting go. The whole security surveillance thing is all about control. And let's be honest, we just established you can't control that, at least not completely. So it's like, just let it go. That's the only way you're going to truly be happy in today's times, if you're actually going to be.
Yeah, for one, let it go.
Let it go.
For two, I think more people would let it go or be happier about it if we were still getting a good deal in exchange of value when we go to work. And that's just got everybody to the point of like, what the fuck are we doing here? And so you're going to use my data and sell it, but I'm not even going to
exactly.
get any...
I'm the proprietor of this, but you have ownership of it? Fuck you.
It's not the government, but they're still taxing you without representation.
I still think we should get a cut off our data being sold to third parties, because it's just one of these things where it's like we're giving these companies billions in revenue. I'm just looking for thousands as my cut, because I'm not doing anything except giving you data which you need to make your job, to enable your job to exist and be profitable. So it's like, what do I get out of it? You just trying to sell me more shit and lose more money? I mean, come on. Like, I'm sorry, that would help the economy a lot if it was more shared like that, as it should be.
For our devout listeners that know us from way back, I swear we're going to go off the rails really soon again with our comedy.
Well, I mean, I'm making a point here. It's like I've said this in past episodes. Our data, we deserve a cut of our data.
He's holding up a sign right now.
I'm holding up a big ass sign. It's got glitter and streamers and all that bullshit, because it's true. It's like we had Andrew Yang a few years ago as a Democratic candidate. He didn't go very far, but his main idea was that in the future we need a cut from our data revenue if we're going to survive, especially in an AI world where the job landscape is going to be completely transformed, and no one really knows if that's going to be in essence a good thing or a bad thing.
Since he went political, Trump's speech last night was really boring, and whatever distraction he was trying to create, I don't
still
think
a pedophile.
Really happened.
Yeah, he's still a pedophile, even though he started the war in Iran for bullshit reasons. He's still a pedophile. He still has power.
I don't know that he's a pedophile personally, but I do know that
innocent people don't act like this.
But I do know that he was basically hired or elected to make the economics for a little bit better.
I guess people should have expected a little bit more explanation when he said prices will go down on day one. Just how? Like the Indian in the back. You have a question? How? Like, okay.
A lot of people got duped. That's all I can say.
Can I be honest with you? You could say duped, but that implies that there was a trick. To me, it was like the Emperor's New Clothes. This guy's fucking naked, but because he's saying he has clothes, you're thinking you're seeing it. This isn't 4D chess. This is bullshit.
He's moving a little different than his first term.
Well, he's profiting a lot more. You've seen his stock trades.
So that's what I'm saying. They did have something to base it on that has changed.
And you know, what innocent person would coincidentally start a war at a time when a South Carolina victim was getting a little mouthy talking about Trump and under court testimony? I'm sure it's just a coincidence. If Trump's not a pedophile, he's protecting him. And that is the truth. Because we still don't have an unredacted Epstein files. In fact, Thomas Massey is petitioning Epstein Transparency Act 2. The sequel, where states can now get the DOJ's
and he's
information.
on the way out because he got outvoted. I think he lost his seat, but he's still in there for now.
As long as Mitch McConnell's hanging on in that picture.
Does that have something to do with it?
Yep. Because the way Kentucky is, they'll have to have a special election.
If Mitch McConnell goes?
Uh-huh. And guess who's going to get back in the ring to get back in Trump to split the vote for a Democratic?
Massey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that played out.
Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. Again, coincidence. Just a coincidence, Rob. He's still alive. Look at the picture. Look at the fucking picture. We live in the age of AI, and they gave us a fucking picture.
There's a good chance Mitch McConnell's dead. If he's not, he's probably brain dead.
Yeah. Some people could argue he's been like that since the 80s, but whatever.
But the official narrative gets thrown at us, and who are we to say any different? Or even if we knew different, what could we do about it?
I'd like to think if someone's going to lie to me, don't insult my intelligence by making it so obvious.
The lady from the Butler, PA, when Trump got his ear shot thing.
Yeah, it pierced.
I say the lady, the one that her husband died.
Mm-hmm.
She's now coming out and saying, you know what? I think it may have been staged. My husband died,
he had
but
I
think he may have taken a bullet because
this is not the way people act in a dire situation where you direct a camera photographer, you direct, Secret Service was doing their jobs, but they were keeping him still on stage just for the flag to drop and him to put his fists in the air and yell fight. To watch that, dude, it's like a South Park episode. This is it's so bogus that this is reality. I can't believe people would even buy it in the first place. As if the magical cartilage that healed completely, with no official real explanation on that. People are just...
That I don't question as much. Like,
I mean, it's not the big.
Just,
well, it's not the biggest smoking gun, but it's like cartilage doesn't heal like that.
What got me is this whole Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah.
When that wound was supposedly not an exit wound, and the direction the shooter was supposedly shooting from, and the direction Charlie's body went in, and when he was hit, and a lot of things started to not make sense. We paved over the area the next day on a pretty high profile crime scene.
Yeah,
this is a very high profile crime scene, and they knew it was, and all that shit. It's like, man, and supposedly there's no exit wound from the 30-06. It's like, okay, theoretically it's possible, but the motherfucker probably would have had an exit wound.
What you're telling me reminds me of the fact that the detention center that the Manhattan detention center that Jeffrey Epstein hung himself in, supposedly hanged himself.
Their cameras went out there, didn't they?
The whole place is shut down now. It's not even a detention center anymore.
Yeah.
Why? I understand it's old, it was decrepit, but that's such a coincidental timing. Like, oh, here's the one of our most high profile, and this guy's
First of all, Bill is one of the least, like, he believes everything that the government says, pretty much. Well, he's a history teacher. He believes history's accurate.
Yeah, because, losers do get to weigh in a little bit.
Yeah, the winner writes the history is what they say, and I'm pretty much like, yeah, I'm starting to see that. But, but to him, no. We have not been sold a lie. Everything's on the up and up, and... the other day, he showed a little bit of a crack in that. He said, I'm
starting to feel a little objective.
Hold on, there's a senator that was killed, and I don't know, or Scalia. Yeah. Is that who it was?
He was a justice.
A Supreme Court justice.
Right.
And was like cremated 2 days later or something? And how did they die?
Right.
I don't know, because I would have to look it up.
Yeah.
But something triggered in his brain, and he's...
A little too coincidental.
It was even subconscious.
Yeah.
Because
that is what I call the Emperor's New Clothes syndrome. He just now became the little boy at the end of the story. If you remember the story, the Emperor comes out butt-ass naked, but because his tailor is such a good salesman, he's like, oh, you look beautiful. Don't you see it? All the good people would see it. Well, I'm a good person. Of course I see it. Of course everybody wants to be a good person, so they all see it. The guy's butt-ass naked, and it takes the honesty and innocence of a child to be like, he's fucking naked, you idiots. And once he says that, the illusion is gone, as if you just opened their eyes for the first time to look at the world. For once you're not seeing with your ears, you're seeing with your eyes. And that's what people should do with the Trump administration. Anything fishy like what you're bringing up about Bill, that's your aha moment. You're that little child that's saying, ha, he's fucking naked.
Clearly, Bill knows more about that situation than I do.
Yeah.
But he was just actively talking as a thought process was running, and he's like, you know what? That Scalia thing actually was fishy. I'll be darned.
Well, does he honestly think what does he think about the how does he rationalize the Epstein files and the massive redaction and even the DOJ's inadvertent admission of like, yeah, we kind of fucked up a little bit on the release of that?
At least I don't know. I haven't talked to him
I'm just
about
curious
it.
Because like if he likes bedtime stories, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And that's a little update on Flock Camera.
Along with everything else, I'd say.
You want to come back and just do a quick...
bullshit. Just talk bullshit. Just some bullshit. Mixed with some more bullshit.
Gotta keep it poppin' till we drop it to the floor. If they kick us out the door, take it to the house and keep it rockin' till we hit the floor. Oh, here we go, we want some more.
Hey guys. Me and Rob had a lot of fun today on the podcast, but on a serious note, if you or somebody you love, or someone you're just kind of neutral about and don't really know that well, is being sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein or, what was it, Ghislaine Maxwell?
Ghislaine.
Wow, what a name. Ghislaine, or the president of any country. Not our country, but even if our country, feel free to reach out toll free, 911. Area code first, Godspeed.
And if you see a long-tailed pygmy rice rat bastard, also call 864-911. It's a different issue, but yeah, report.
They cover
abuse.
that too.
Basically,
they cover a lot. Also, The Emperor's New Clothes and other great novels and novellas for children can be checked out and read at your local library. Feel free to get a library card while you're at it too, because literacy rocks. This is Todd from Robin Todd.
Take it to the house and keep it rocking till we hit the floor. Fan rock bodies when we rock parties. Then shut it down, turn the corner to a block party. If cops come, hit the crib, start a house party. Now drop something, move your hips, make it pop, shorty. Bend your back, poke it out. Now it's hot, shorty. Got the G jamming with you like Bob Marley. Will a stain ever end well? Not partly, cause I got you ready to sin, snatching off garments.
Let's get it poppin', shorty dropping, watch her back it up. I'm in the party, sipping Henny in a plastic cup. I'm stepping in with epidemic, dressing in the freshest linen, and I spit impressive with it, yes, just admit it. Pull up my pants, lean back and adjust my fitted. Looking at shorty, cause she real thick, plus she pretty. I gotta get her, so now I'm staring at her scheming. The next thing you know, she laying at my house screaming.
I don't know how we keep going back to movie news, but like
I like movies, that's why.
it has piqued my interest about the Odyssey. I was wanting to see it, like just from the preview or whatever, but I really didn't know like what went into it. And then I saw this week they're like, "Hey, this one is being shown on film, like a projector film."
Yeah, celluloid.
IMAX film, and the damn film reel is 10.8 miles long for that movie.
Yeah.
And the technical limitation would be 11 miles.
So you're scraping the edges there.
For the format, right? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it was a 3-hour movie,
Yeah.
then the max would be 11 mile.
Now see
a
if it
roll
was on
of film.
If it was on 35 millimeter, less than half that, 70 millimeter range, they could film it and it would be on different reels that you could edit together like they used to do in movies, houses and stuff when films were still on
What did they do?
celluloid.
Because I remember the little canisters with film reels in them.
You would take...
They were big enough, they were heavy enough, but and I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no.
think the film technician mid-movie fed the other one into the queue.
Exactly. If you ever saw the little dot in old movies, that dot signaled. It was like think of it like a 2-minute
transition.
Warning. Yeah, it's like, okay, time to do. They would take tape one end of the reel to the other. It would go seamlessly into the movie. You would see it, but wouldn't recognize it because you're talking about 1/24th of a second. So it's like, yeah, you'd get that little blip and it would feed on into the next reel. And you do that about 5 or 6 times for an average 2-hour movie on a 35 millimeter reel film stock.
So, and I know not everybody's a movie nerd, but The Odyssey is the first film that was filmed on IMAX film. Like
IMAX cameras with, they basically, the reason why IMAX is used for big landscapes and wide shots is because it's so goddamn loud. Like that big reel of film, for it to be exposed in that camera, it sounds like a machine gun. It's like helicopter blades whirring. Okay, so it's like it's very distracting to say the least.
So to be clear, we swapped from we're showing the film side to now we are recording the film topic. Supposedly only those cameras that record on that film can only do a 3-minute take at a time.
Yeah, because
at max.
Yeah, that's how much that's how big the reel is to fit inside the actual individual camera. So from my understanding, they used over 1,000 IMAX cameras, different setups, rigs for different shots and different exposures, and it's like it's a little mind-boggling because when you look at a $250 million budget and people are like, "Oh my God, that's a lot of money." When you're talking about the film stock and how expensive just the stock of IMAX film, 70 millimeter.
How many
film
cameras
is,
did you just say they used?
About over 1,000. I've heard up to 1,500.
Are there scenes that are longer than 3 minutes that they knew that one camera was going to run
100%.
out, therefore they already had another one set up?
Yeah, well, that's the point of rigging up different cameras. I'm sure they had some sort of method where it's like, once your camera stops, I'll come in behind you with my camera. Like we could reload cameras or reload the film if we had to. But that's kind of dangerous. If it exposes to light, you fucked it up. So I don't think they would I don't know how they did it.
You weren't there.
I wasn't there, but they couldn't, they had to take care of that film after filming it. Because like I said, with the equipment used and the film stock itself, you're looking at like a quarter or a third of that budget just going towards that inventory before actors or anything else.
What else can you tell me about the technical aspects that I probably don't know?
I think it's... When IMAX created the camera that they used, it was with the goal of, okay, let's film dialogue with an IMAX camera, which again, with that damn near impossible. You can't get that sound out because it's so loud and so rhythmic. So they made basically a silencer for it, a brand new camera to muffle that, to where they could probably take that completely out in post, and they can do close-ups. They can do dialogue. They can film the entire movie like the Odyssey is.
Aren't they probably filming a lot of movies in the aspect ratio that it would require to be an IMAX film, but they're using a digital camera that doesn't have the film reel?
Yeah,
Just
that's basically, it's the same technology of what the IMAX theater I'm going to see it in, just out of convenience, is doing. But he's a purist.
Yeah, they're going to project it in digital.
Yeah.
Yet the very few are running the film.
I think 25 theaters
across the country.
Country or world, but there's few. The closest one, which I saw another Chris Nolan movie, Inception, at, was the closest one for us is the Mall of Georgia, which I'll be honest with you, as a purist, I don't see, it's not that drastic of a difference where I'm willing to drive that far for it, but I do want to see it in IMAX. I want to see the full scope of the visual Christopher Nolan is now enabled to film due to that technology.
I'm with you. I think seeing it through the actual projector that's blowing light through the film is probably just for the novelty of it.
It is. On the filmmaking side, it's definitely artistic, because when you use real film, you really have to consider lighting. What you and me see with our eyes is not how it translates into the film, so you kind of have to have like an artistic science behind it. To be a cinematographer is a true art form. To me, a lot of directors are overhyped because they owe their cinematographers big time. You never hear a movie advertised from the cinematographer of. No. No one says that.
I don't know how the movie's going to be. I am interested in it. Supposedly really good reviews are the ones I've seen, the critic reviews.
The best of Christopher Nolan's career, which says a lot considering he did Oppenheimer, which won Best Picture last.
People are ranking the films that have seen it and putting this one first. That's true.
It's holding 97% pretty steady on Rotten Tomatoes, and that is impressive for any movie, but especially a movie of this scope. That needs to recoup about at least $500 million just to break even.
I'm not saying it doesn't suck because I don't know, but it probably is good. It sounds like it's going to be.
Well, it's great source material, and the people who are kind of rage baiting over the whole race thing or the inaccuracies, you got to understand something. First off, it's a fucking fantasy, okay? It's like you're complaining about the Helen of Troy.
Todd, that Cyclops is not historically accurate as to what the Cyclops actually was.
Back when Cyclopses existed.
Helen of Troy?
Yeah, the Helen of Troy. The people are complaining, like Elon Musk. Got to mention him because it's us. It's a black actress. But to me, that's kind of trivial because the point you just made, it's like it's a fantasy. And who's to say that, like in Brad Pitt's Troy, Diane Kruger is the ideal Helen of Troy? How many Greek women do you know with blonde hair, blue eyes, and light skin?
I just couldn't help but look it up. The film rolls, if they were going to project it, are 600 pounds.
Jesus.
I don't know how thin the film is or what, but it's 600 pounds.
Yeah, it's celluloid. Dude.
You can't move that around without a lift or something. Like, there's some safety.
I'm sure IMAX has, some very expensive fabricated equipment for taking care of that. Because like I said, film is very delicate too. And one thing a lot of people don't realize, celluloid's extremely flammable. What you got there is a huge combustion. What is it? Flame. What am I trying to say here? It's easily combustible. It's
flammable.
Flammable. Yeah. It's a great way to. It's a great arson attempt.
You're right. They put combustible and flammable two different things.
Oh, really?
Because supposedly jet fuel, you can put a lighter to it and it won't light.
Yeah.
It's combustible as hell.
Yeah.
But you can't. It's not flammable.
Okay, so flammable is what I'm looking for then. Yeah. Because this is like, celluloid. To store celluloid, you really need to be responsible because that is a huge fire hazard. I'm talking like in seconds you could burn up anything.
So it's like wood chips.
You ever seen Gremlins?
And yeah.
You remember that was the rationale behind the blowing them up in the theater, all the celluloid and shit.
This was like a convenient little firebomb.
Yeah, and they were already in the theater entertained, if you remember the storyline. So it's like, okay, let's set this bitch on fire.
Any other technical aspects I could look up real quick for our listeners, or that you know of?
No, I mean, go out and see the movie, experience it. Don't nitpick it. I know the armor's historically inaccurate. The Trojan horse is historically inaccurate. But if you saw the accuracy of it, it wouldn't make that appealing of a movie on a poster. And it'd be hard to get Matt Damon in a wooden barrel of armor.
If I go and see it, I'm going to go for maximum recliner seat that's also on at least a decent screen. Because it's damn near 3 hours. I want a comfortable seat. I have issues with my back and shit. I need a comfortable seat. And the IMAX theater locally, they're not the worst. They're fancy. They're
but
leather
they're very
covered.
unforgiving. Yeah, it's like sitting on. It reminds me of like one of those aircraft carriers you see in the movies carrying military personnel, which is basically a bench strapped to a wall, and you just have a safety, harness or whatever keeping you in. It's about as forgiving as that, and reclines as much.
You could roll in your own chair into one of those handicap slots for wheelchairs or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just bring a lawn chair. No, I'm not handicapped. Just lazy.
That's all I got.
All right, The Odyssey. Check it out. Christopher Nolan, great director. I think he's got a big hit on his hands. It's made over 17 million in Thursday night previews. It is now officially the biggest opening IMAX movie ever so far, in at least Thursday night previews. But that was to be expected over a year ago when tickets first went on sale.
We could put Christopher Nolan on the $0 bill, but I would probably rather Matt Damon if I'm...
Honestly, after Team America World Police, yeah. Because I just literally found out that was Matt Damon voicing himself, just saying his name really slowly.
Get to